Okay, so things that my pathologically lying ex-husband lied about.
Let's talk about why, as is, the Who the F Did I Marry TikTok saga wouldn't be a good movie or series. Hi, I'm Shannan E. Johnson, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from idea to pitch. Need help on your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. Okay, the first thing that we need to consider is that she's not a writer, she's not a storyteller. She is just sharing her life experience with us, the nosy bunch of people on TikTok, right? And because it is such an extreme level of pathological lying, we are immersed in wanting to know what happened, right? So we can understand why it goes viral. She's being vulnerable, and this real thing actually happened, which is blowing our minds that someone out there could not only tell one lie, two lies, three lies, but actually consistently live in those lies as if they were the truth, and how that can end up leaving her in a place of feeling like not only was she gaslit by him, but kind of herself, because she also talked herself into fully participating, right? So a lot of people are now watching this saga unfold, and I believe it's like 57 parts. I may have that number wrong. And so a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, this needs to be a movie. Oh my gosh, this needs to be a series. Somebody call Shonda Rhimes. Somebody call Tyler Perry. Somebody call Hollywood. Well, I disagree, and here's why. The first thing I'm going to say is anything can be a story. Anything can be a story with the proper execution. Anything, including this. But we're only going to talk about what it is right now, because in my opinion, it would take heaps of development to actually make this into a story. Why? Because real life doesn't translate onto the big screen in the way that we are assuming that it will. So if we take it as is in those 10-minute parts with the information that we are getting, there actually is no story here. One of the main reasons is because there are no stakes, right? She isn't actually trying to accomplish something throughout this, let's just call it a story. We know it's her life, right? But she's not trying to accomplish something. She's willfully participating. So even in the moments where she's saying to herself, maybe something's wrong here, she's still going along with it. So as the audience, what would we be tracking? And what would we be rooting for? Because every story is about your protagonist trying to accomplish a goal or solve a problem. There is not one in this story. That is the biggest thing. If we look at it like it is and consider each 10 minutes an episode, then we have to look at the act breaks. So I was talking to another industry professional, and we both agree the act breaks are weak. A lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, what a cliffhanger. But for me, as I was going through them, because she's just giving you the facts, she isn't telling you the story in any kind of structure. If we think about structure, even think about the Little Bears. Once upon a time, this happened. And then because that happened, they had to try to figure this out. And then because of that, then we had to do this. And then, oh my God, that thing happened. That's a story, right? Cause and effect. She's not telling it that way because, again, she's not a storyteller. She's not even a content creator. She's just giving y'all her business, right? So she gets to the end of the 10 minutes and then just says, okay, so then I'll tell y'all about the next part. And then the next 10 minutes starts. Not because I'm left in a place of going, oh my God, how did we get here? Oh my gosh, what happened? That was such a huge reveal. And it's not that there isn't information that is revealed along the way, but because it's just being given to us, couched into the facts, it doesn't hit as impactfully. Right? I'm not having the moment. And I hear, because I didn't finish it, that the climax is actually anticlimactic. That the reason that she actually decided to put the man out and decided that she was going to make a change was decently anticlimactic. So this would mean that so much development would have to happen that it wouldn't even be her story anymore. I didn't watch the whole thing because it didn't keep my attention. I had to go find some Cliff Notes versions. So I saw a couple of other content creators kind of giving me the summary. And that's where I was able to go, oh, okay, I get it. She got scammed. She got gaslit. I hate this for her. I understand. But if we're talking about being able to actually turn this into something, I don't see it as a feature film. I don't see it as a TV series that doesn't have legs for that right there. This world and these characters, the situations aren't big enough for us to come back week to week. We call that having legs in Hollywood. So I don't see that it has legs for it to be a TV series. Even when I think of it being a limited series, which is only one season and it may be somewhere between 8 to 10 episodes, I say, but what am I watching for 8 to 10 episodes? What am I rooting for? What am I tracking? Why am I coming back? If she's not willing to leave, why am I rooting for her to leave? Is that even what we would be rooting for? And that's where all of the development comes in, right? So as is, what are we really watching? It's cool to sit around and kiki about it. Absolutely. But if it were to be a television series or a feature film, there would be so much work that has to be done on it that it would no longer feel like the story she told us, right? It would no longer feel like somebody took the rights of her life and made it into a film. It would now feel more like any story about a woman or man who has been scammed in love. You know what I'm saying? Because we would have to fill in all of the storytelling blanks. This is why when you read a book and it's adapted into a screenplay, a lot of people don't like the end product because things have to be changed and moved around in order for it to tell the story how a feature film tells the story or how a TV series tells the story, because the structures are different, right? And you're watching it visually. So something has to keep you there other than, oh my gosh, this actually happened. The same thing is true when someone is writing an autobiography and you might watch it and go, oh my God, that didn't happen, or it didn't happen in that order, or it didn't happen that way. We know, but in order to make it entertaining, we have to put something in here that pushes the story one way and makes it go the other way. That's how you keep people engaged. And so it's different to watch it on TikTok and be engaged because sure, we're in somebody's business, but it becomes a totally different thing when we decide to make it into a story. So I say all that to say that yes, this could be made into a story, but it would need so much development that it probably wouldn't even be recognizable anymore, except for the fact that it was COVID and she, allowed the man to move in after such a short period of time. And then he started telling lies about what he was doing for her. That would probably be the only foundational thing for you to then later on be able to say, oh my gosh, I think this is based on that TikTok story. Oh my gosh, he lied about having a family. We see that kind of stuff on Lifetime all the time, which is why she says like, hey, somebody call Lifetime. Like we see that on Lifetime all the time, y'all. That happens. It happens. With that being said, if it does get made, I would love to see how they develop it into a story that's able to keep our attention versus having us change the channel. Because I definitely swiped away after I had to keep coming back because I was actually bored. I had to keep coming back. And so by the time I got to post number 11, to part 11, and I still didn't really know what was going on and where we were going with this, I gave up. So I haven't been back to watch. All right. Happy writing. Get notes on your script that get you unstuck at www.theprofessionalpen.com.
The Professional Pen. The